What's going on, everybody? I'm back with another video for my Omi homies, and in this video I'll be giving you my updated price prediction for the year 2021. I'll be covering some VEVE news along with some overall crypto news. So if you like the content, make sure you smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps get this video out to more viewers. Now let's get into it. Before we start, I do want to say that I have a brand new Twitter handle for the channel. It's linked in the description below. So if you like the content on the channel, please follow me on Twitter. I'll be sharing content there as well. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed to the channel. I enjoy putting out content and it's nice to see the channel growing. That being said, let's get into Omi. We were doing quite well. After a long period of sideways action, we finally started gaining the momentum that we were looking for, and then the market dumped off, and since then we've lost much of our gains. Not quite back at that 0.003 mark, but we are getting closer to it. So a lot of those gains have been wiped out. Less than 1 week ago, we were at 0.0048, but it's all good because this has nothing to do with Omi and everything to do with the overall crypto market. Mostly everything is down over the past week except for Solana, which has been incredibly strong. The whole market has been following Bitcoin's lead. So this to me is all temporary, but it's also a good reminder that things can be going really well for VEVE, things can be going well for the Omi token, and then something totally unrelated to the project can come along and tank the price. I came across this tweet this morning from the Wolf of All Streets. If you have conviction in an asset and are buying it for the long term, there's almost no reason to check the price. How often do you check the value of your home? Imagine how miserable you would be if you could chart it and watch it swing daily. It's meaningless. Buy and hodl. Now that's really my mentality when it comes to investing. I'm a long-term investor, so I invest in projects that I think will be strong for 5 or 10 years. I'm not really concerned with short-term price action. On the flip side, I do check my portfolio at least 20 times a day. All right, it's just something that we do as investors. But knowing that I'm in a project or a stock for the long term gives me the conviction that I need to buy the dip. When an opportunity presents itself, I try to take it and capitalize on it. Try to capitalize on the volatility of the crypto market. And so while the short-term price action never affects my perspective of an investment, I do constantly track them, and I do constantly try to figure out, where they're going next. So at the end of this video, I'll be telling you what I think will happen with the Omi token, keeping in mind that any number of things totally unrelated to Omi can affect the price. Case in point was the recent El Salvador sell-off. Most people expected the market to continue moving upwards, but that's not what happened as some whales sold the news. Now, a lot of people expect a massive crypto super cycle because this is what's happened in the past. People use history as a way of predicting the future, and in the event of a super cycle, a coin like Omi with strong fundamentals could easily, run up to 5 cents and beyond. But I do not expect a traditional super cycle, and that's because the current environment that we're in is totally different from environments of the past. And I do think we can see Omi run up and then retrace like we just saw, because it does seem like the SEC is hell-bent on making their presence known in crypto and pushing regulation through. And some of this will be good and some of it will be not so good. On the one hand, I think that the SEC is going to appear like they're crypto-friendly by doing things like approving a Bitcoin futures ETF later in the year. On the other hand, I think they're going to go hard at times like we've been seeing them do now with Coinbase. They also said they're investigating Uniswap. And so because they know that crypto can't be stopped and its growth is inevitable, they're going to give us things like ETFs. But because they're aware of the damage that crypto can do to the traditional financial system, they're also going to look to slow it down. This article from CoinDesk states that U.S. Treasury officials, financial industry executives met to discuss stable coins and regulation. Why are Treasury officials meeting with financial industry leaders? Because financial industry leaders know that they are under attack and the traditional financial system is being threatened by crypto. Just take a look at this. El Salvador's new Bitcoin wallets could cost Western Union and similar companies $400 million a year. Think about how lending programs in Coinbase, in BlockFi, throughout DeFi can totally undermine banks by giving people more interest for their money. And so all of these issues, which are totally unrelated to OMI, inform my short-term price prediction. Now, I do believe that OMI is currently undervalued, and I'm very happy to buy it at 0.0034. They brought in over $60 million in revenue last year, and they're starting to increase the number of drops they do on a weekly basis by incorporating the Marvel comic drops. And of course, we have huge catalysts on the way. The immutable migration. We've got the VEVE coming later in the year. New token burning mechanisms and possibly listings on OpenSea. And of all of those catalysts, I believe that the biggest one could possibly be VEVE NFTs listing over on OpenSea. That's because it would provide the project and the OMI token with great exposure. We've taken a look before at how some NFT projects are faring over on OpenSea. Recently, it seems that some air has come out of the bubble as some floor prices have dropped, but I believe that's a good thing. But take a look at this project called Punk's Comic. This is a comic book NFT, issue number 1, current price at around 6 ETH, which is approximately $18,000. What do you think the Marvel NFTs would sell for on OpenSea? I can easily see the rares and the secret rares going for, at least double what they're going for in the VEVE app, and the secret rares are already in the 5 figures. And so after the immutable migration, posting on OpenSea would be a tremendous thing for the project. I'm hoping that happens because I also think that many of the other things in the VEVE app would do very well on OpenSea, like the Labbit series. This project seems like it would fit right into OpenSea, as would the Jermaine Rogers Choices series. These are high-quality art pieces, and this is really what OpenSea focuses on, art pieces. And so I think the Labbits and the Choices series would do particularly well in OpenSea, and I think that that would bring a lot of attention to the VEVE project and the OMI token. All of it is only possible after the immutable migration. And in my opinion, the only thing that the OMI token really needs is attention and momentum right now, because the fundamentals are there and the catalysts are on the way. The token is currently undervalued, so once we regain some momentum, I feel like the price will go up, that will increase the momentum, and then eventually people start to FOMO in as more eyes get on the project and on the OMI token. A lot of people are starting to pay attention to OMI. A lot more people will start paying attention to OMI once we get that momentum. If you haven't seen it, here's a short clip from Altcoin Daily's video entitled 5 Coins to $5 Million. Altcoin Daily is one of my favorite channels on YouTube, currently at 1 million subscribers. Let's check out what they had to say about OMI.
And coin number 1 on today's list, making big moves with Marvel, is NFT coin OMI and their VEVE platform. VEVE closes out Marvel Month with 2 additional premium drops, collect the first ever digital Captain America statue, and Amazing Spider-Man number 1. And here is the example of Marvel's Captain America drop, as well as Marvel's Spider-Man drop. Common, rare, ultra rare, etc. NFTs dropping with OMI. And the integration with pop culture, for me, is really where Ecomi starts to get exciting. Because while other cryptocurrencies are still only hoping for adoption, are still hoping for awareness, Ecomi's got it. VEVE has already formed partnerships with some huge brands, including Warner Brothers, Capcom, and DC Comics, and some of their most popular collectibles to date have come out of their Ghostbusters, Batman, Ultraman, and Harley Quinn drops.
As the catalysts play out throughout the end of the year and the momentum continues to build for the Omi token, I do expect more videos from other influencers like we just saw from Altcoin Daily. In thinking of a price prediction for the end of 2021, I do believe that we will reclaim an all-time high and pass 1 penny. I think that because of the threat of regulation and what I perceive to be the choppy nature of the crypto market moving forward in the next few months, I think it will be hard to hit 5 cents by the end of the year. That's not to say that it can happen. I just think that it's going to be difficult because I believe that we're going to be taking 2 steps forward, 1 step back. I can see the whole market moving forward and then some FUD coming out or some threat of regulation from the SEC. It's just the climate that I think that we're in right now. But I do think that the overall market is bullish. I do expect Bitcoin to break $50,000. I just don't expect a super cycle to hit by the end of the year. That being said, I do believe 1 penny is in the works. The possibility exists for 5 cents by the end of the year, but if it doesn't happen, I can always wait until 2022. Keep in mind that with every day that passes, it gets harder to hit that 5 cent level this year just because, we're almost in October now, we're mid-September, and we only have about 3 months left in the calendar year. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Where do you see the Omi token by the end of the year? What do you think about the overall crypto market? If you like the content, make sure you smash the like button and subscribe to the channel on your way out. And as always, be happy, be healthy, and be safe. I will see you in the next video.